Hi folks, I hope you're okay. I want to talk to you about Gödel's incompleteness theorem. And in Clean, 1967, page 250, we get a simplified version of the theory. It says, any effectively generated theory capable of expressing elementary arithmetic cannot be both consistent and complete. In particular, for any consistent effectively generated formal theory that provides certain basic arithmetic truths, there is an arithmetical statement that is true but not provable in the theory. What I want to say is that Gödel's theory to me proves that skepticism is not true and Christianity is true. The reason is that any system, whatever it is, will always have axioms within it that cannot be proved. But what we can do is we can test those axioms to see whether they are consistent with the system itself and within the basis of reality. And so, for example, we can test the axiom of the skeptic concerning their system and the axioms of the Christian position. And in the area of logic, we've already seen, and it's been shown very clearly, that skeptics have been destroyed in this area, that our idea of logic, the basic foundations of logic, are more consistent than the skeptics' understanding of logic. So, for example, the law of non-contradiction. If knowledge is pure subjectivity, then logic is but a psychological construction. If that is the case, then how can we use logic to critique each other if it's just a subjective state? If logic, the basic laws of logic, such as the law of non-contradiction, the law of identity, etc., if those laws do not correspond to some kind of objective reality, then we are basically whistling in our own subjective dark. Whereas the Christian position is there is an objective reality created by God, and that logic, the basic laws, mirror and correspond with that reality. And in our actual scientific experiments, in our pursuit of knowledge, we find there is a direct correlation of the basic laws of logic with reality. So we take basically two axioms, two positions, and we examine them from the skeptical point of view about logic and the Christian position about logic, and we test the consistency within reality, and ours is more consistent than theirs. The point is that what this means is the battle is not just an evidential battle. Christianity needs to prove itself by evidence, and it's got mountains of evidence. But there are some things in every system that cannot be proven, that have to be assumed. And so therefore it means that Christianity also not only has to give evidences, but also goes to presuppositions to critically analyze its own consistency there. But then that goes for the skeptic. The skeptic, most of the skeptics, not all, blindly say that it's all about science and all we've got to do is critique the Christian position from a scientific point of view, and religion is not scientific, and therefore we win the day. But that's proof, clear evidence, that their own position is negated if they take that position. There are some skeptics that are more philosophically astute at that and realize that that is not the case. But it means a lot of skepticism is self-defeating just purely on this scientism. But it also means that the skeptic has to recognize that there is a debate, a discussion to have on presuppositions. They would try and say that they don't have to talk about this. But Gödel's theorem shows them that they have to. So I would say Gödel's theorem is the skeptic's Achilles heel. Alright, thank you for listening, and take care.